there, this is Whitney Popham from the School of Evolutionary Herbalism, and I just wanted to share some simple plant remedies that you can work with to help you get through challenging times, because I'm sure you've been feeling we're facing some seriously challenging times, and I think it's just the beginning. If you've been feeling like me this week, you may have cried, you may have felt a lot of despair, you may have felt incredibly inspired and hopeful by seeing all the millions of people gather together and uplifting our voices to stand for what we believe in and stand for what's beautiful and precious and sacred on this earth. And so I just have been going through a lot this week, as I've been hearing a lot of people sharing they've been going through a lot as well. So for me as an herbalist, the plants are my closest friends, are my allies. They're the ones I really turn to for support, for healing. And so I just felt really moved and called to share with you today some of the plants that just popped up for me today in my times of challenge, as allies there to really strengthen me and help me along the way. So I hope that this video will be really helpful for you as well, to just learn about some plant allies that you can be working with to help you out right now. The first plant that I want to talk about is Hawthorn. This is, oh man, one of my favorite plants. I love this plant. I'm not sure if you worked with Hawthorn before, but it's an incredible medicine. It's a tree, and I want to first talk about the berries, because to me, the thing that was really hitting me this week as I was diving into the news and seeing all of the stuff that has been going on in our country and the world, my heart was going through so much anguish and just really felt a lot of the heaviness and sorrow of the world. And the Hawthorn really came to me as an ally to help to protect my heart. And this doesn't mean cutting yourself off from feeling. That's not what I'm talking about here. That's not what Hawthorn is about. This is a medicine that is strengthening and nourishing to the heart. To me, it's like soul food. It's really a rejuvenating, nourishing tonic to take the berries. But if you also look at the hawthorn tree, there's these thorns all around it. And to me, whenever I see plants that have really strong boundaries like that, I mean, putting up thorns like that is a pretty clear expression of a plant that has good boundaries and is trying to also show us something about being open, about being protected, about what we let in, being discerning about what we let into our innermost sanctuary and our most sacred space of our heart, and also teaching us how to not be prickly, or not to have be pushing things away and walling off feelings and walling off emotions. So there's this incredible dance and balance that I feel like this plant really teaches about, and it's a beautiful plant medicine that I would highly suggest. I mean, it feels like a tonic that almost anyone could take, to just strengthen and nourish the heart on the physical level. It's an amazing cardiac tonic, but emotionally too, it's in a time when you're faced with challenge, it's the most essential to be filled up and strongest inside of yourself, deeply connected to who you are, to what you believe in, to be firm and strong inside of yourself and knowing who you are and what you stand for. And I believe that Hawthorn is a beautiful, amazing, powerful plant ally to help to nourish the soul and nourish the connection to your own true self. Because I really came to realizing when I was having such a hard time this week was also, really hit me as I'm not going to give my power away to one guy that though he has a lot of power, I'm not going to give my power away to that. And all of us standing together and standing in our power and our sovereignty together, we will uplift the truth and we will make change and we will be heard. And so carry Hawthorn with you to strengthen that heart and to also protect your heart. Be careful and be clear about being pulled away from your own center. as there's a lot going on in the world, it's essential that you hold on and carry your own center into the world so that you can be of the most service, so that you can make change from a place of power and strength and create change from a place of beauty and the way that you want to see the world. So that's a little bit about the hawthorn berry. But the other beautiful thing about hawthorn are the flowers. The flowers are also an incredible medicine, and this is a great one to also carry with you, and that the flowers are soothing and calming to the heart as well. So any anxiety or stress and worry that you might feel in your heart, bring this plant, bring those flowers with you. Take some of the hawthorn flower, and you could make a 50-50 blend of the tincture of hawthorn berry and hawthorn flower, and take those together, soothe and calm and strengthen, to nourish and protect your most sacred space of your heart. So that's a little bit about hawthorn. And the other plant that I really want to talk about is yarrow, Achillea millefolium, one of my favorite plant allies as well. This is, to me, an archetype of the greatest healer. Yarrow is an incredible plant that in herbalism we would call it a polycrest, an herb that does many different things. I like to call it a panacea because it's really does. It's a healer for almost anything it feels like yarrow could take care of. And not trying to go deep into the medicinal qualities of it, but really speaking to the plant spirit at this time. Just wanting to talk about it as an ally for being a healer in the world, and as well that means being a warrior, because showing up to help people requires strength. You have to be strong. You have to be willing to go into wherever you are called to do the work, to show up, to help people. Healing is something that requires a deep amount of strength and a deep amount of devotion and commitment. And so this is a wonderful ally to help you to be strong, to help you to carry your gifts into the world, and as a healer and potentially someone who's empathic too, as someone who really cares deeply about people, someone who cares deeply about the world, this ally could really also help you a lot, as it's also an amazing protection medicine. Yarrow has these beautiful white flowers, and to me, when I take it, I feel like I'm surrounded in a orb of white light. And that might sound kind of, silly and new agey, but it has this ability to protect you, to help you to strengthen your own personal boundaries. And it really does work. It's really a phenomenal remedy in that way. And there's a light quality about it. To me, in the hardest times that I've been through in my life, where I have felt like I've lost hope, and the times when I've felt like I've gone through, the dark night of the soul, my own journey, I have turned to yarrow. It felt like the only plant medicine that really came to me as the one to show me the light at the end of the tunnel. And so this plant, I really can swear by, is an incredible ally to carry with you, to draw strength, to find your strength in the light, and to carry your light into the darkness, to bring healing into the world when it's needed at the most. So I really encourage you as well to work with yarrow, and that's just a simple pair, the hawthorn and yarrow. That's a really wonderful simple pair that you can work with too. I'll just keep it short at that. There's so many other plants I could be talking about, but be sure to be taking good care of yourself right now, taking good nerving. I've been drinking lemon balm and tulsi tea all week, and that's been really treating me well. So just be sure to take good care of yourself and take some things to help you to stay calm and centered and strong. And remember that you were born for this time. We were all born for this time, and that we have a lot of strength together. We have a lot of work to do together, and we have been called here to do this work, to really uplift our prayers, to keep strong, to be focused on moving this world into the beautiful, positive way that we want to see it. The equality with justice, with a lot of peace and good prosperity and good things for all people on this earth. And so at this time when, our environment is threatened, when our rights are threatened, when there's a lot of scary things happening right now, it's important to stay close to the earth, stay connected to the earth and to your own heart. And one of the ways that you can do that is by working with plant medicines. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'd really love to hear from you. What are your plant allies that you really reach to? Tell me about the ones who have helped you in your deepest struggles so we can all learn from you as a community. Post your comments below, and please share this with your friends at this time. We really need as many messages of hope and as many ways of sharing strength and encouragement and tools to help each other get through this time that's just beginning, a new era that's just beginning here. So thank you again so much. I wish you well.